Good evening, Graham Rawlins with our Friday edition of News Geelong. Rotary International and its annual Bowel Scan community program is up and running for the month of June throughout Geelong and surrounding districts. While this Queen's Birthday weekend, 3-on-3 FIBA basketball world qualifying tournament that was due to be held at Eastern Beach has been cancelled. From the world of Geelong sport, Mitch Scoop Cleary has the latest sporting news, while from the weather world we'll bring you the Geelong and Surf Coast area weather expected over the next 6 days. The month of June is Rotary clubs throughout the Geelong and surrounding region annual bowel scan testing time for both men and women. News Geelong was at the official launch of this important community program in Market Square this week.
Oh, absolutely. It's obviously been something that's run over a couple of decades now, the awareness of bowel cancer and raising it through Rotary. From our point of view, being a clinician, the fewer patients we see with advanced bowel cancer, the better. And there's an opportunity for Australians to get screened and prevent the nasty sort of cancers that we can see down the track by making an early diagnosis and getting on top of things.
So the importance of it, what is the prevalence from your clinical experience of bowel scan? What is your experience from your clinical viewpoint of bowel cancer?
Well, the Cancer Centre here at Barwon Health cares for about 1,000 patients per year, and about 150 of those patients are going to have bowel cancer, and that the more advanced bowel cancers. Of those, about a third will end up dying of those bowel cancers despite the very best treatment. So this is really important for us, that people get screened, because you can pick these cancers up in a very early stage with simple testing, and it can make the entire difference between a poor outcome and a good outcome.
What should people look for in their preparation for a bowel scan, or to understand maybe they should be going straight to their doctor and having a checkup re bowel cancer?
So the bowel scan, the bowel screening kits will test for blood that may not be seen to the naked eye. And so people can pick these up from their local chemist, and the federal government is also funding them at certain age points, and we've seen that, an expansion of that in the recent federal budget, which is very, very important. What the kits do is they detect small amounts of blood in the bowel action, and then if you do have a positive test, that needs to be then followed up further by your doctors, and appropriate investigations done to make sure that you don't have a cancer.
And we are very proud of the work that yourself and your team, and also the team at St John of God, are doing in relation to cancer work here in Geelong and the Barwon region.
Oh yeah, look, I've been down here for a couple of years now, or coming on for a couple of years, and it's a very exciting place to be caring for patients with cancer and doing research. In the region, the Barwon Southwest region, we're seeing about 2,000 patients per year with cancer, and outcomes are improving all the time. There's a very exciting clinical trials team down here and access to the latest technologies. It's a very impressive place to work.
Michelle Palmieri joins us from the Ludwig Institute, having won the 2012 Australian Rotary Health Rotary District Funding Partner Scholarship for investigating the understanding oncogenic P1-3K signalling in colorectal cancer from functional therapy. Welcome to News Geelong, Michelle, and that sounds a real mouthful. Please explain.
Thank you. So in summary, my project will be looking at understanding an individual's genetic background and how best to treat that individual depending on their tumour type. So linking the treatments to an individual to their tumour type and making that most effective.
Explain to our viewers, Ludwig Institute, whereabouts is it located and what's its function?
The Institute's located at the Royal Melbourne Hospital in Melbourne, and it's an institute that primarily looks at colorectal cancer and understanding the way it develops in the colon and the different treatments, and understanding the genetics behind the development of the tumour as well.
Michelle, what chose this career path for you?
Well, I actually have a family history of it. My mother was diagnosed at 37 with colorectal cancer, and since then I have had a great interest in scientific research, and especially colorectal cancer, and it was something that I wanted to pursue to not only help my own family but also other families out there that are in a similar situation to us.
So bowel scan run by Rotary International is a very, very important project as far as you're concerned as well.
Oh, definitely. If we can promote the bowel scan as much as possible and get as many people out there to take the test, it can save so many lives, and I think that's the main message here.
Because I think a lot of our viewers will be thinking, well, bowel scan, prostate, that type of thing, that's for the men. But realistically, it crosses both genders.
Oh, definitely. It is prominent in both males and females. While it has been advertised that it is common in the age group over 50, I highly recommend any individuals to get the bowel scan. And especially if you have a family history as well, it can occur at any ages. So even myself at 26 will probably go out there and get one myself. So yeah, I would definitely promote it.
Rob Clark joins us because Rob is one of the gentlemen from the world of pathology who is actually involved in the testing at the end of the process.
Yes, that's correct, yes.
And how long have you been involved in this, Rob?
This will be my second year involved with bowel scan, but I've been aware of it for a long time.
And it is a very important community item. What is the element of testing that you are so actively involved in that is so important?
The collation of all the positive results and making sure those go out to the doctors in a timely manner so that they can then go and see their general practitioner to get treatment.
So virtually accrediting that the results are true and accurate?
Yes, and verifying that the results are true and accurate.
And this is because every time a test comes in, every test that's done, a person gets an advice as to whether it's clear or not clear.
Yes, correct, yes.
Through their own GP?
Through their own GP, yes. They'll get a letter in the mail that'll tell them they've had a positive result and to advise them to go and see their general practitioner.
Are we finding through programs like bowel scan that we're starting to get on top of these types of problems?
No, there's still room for improvement. Where the program is growing each year, but there's still a large hole in the community of people who don't do any testing.
And it's normally probably find that it's the same sort of same people year after year that have been doing the testing, and what we're trying to expand is to get a wider involvement of the total community.
Yes, that's right, yes.
And across all age groups, I mean, once upon a time, they started out if you were over 60, then it was over 50. Now we're looking to even the younger ones down as low as 25 and up.
Yeah, at least as low as 40. People over at least 40 and over should seriously think about having a bowel scan test or a test for occult blood each year.
Thank you to the Rotary team that is driving the bowel scan program for yet another year. As we go to a break on this Friday edition of News Geelong, don't forget you can Twitter us on our Twitter account at NewsGeelong31 with your thoughts and comments. We'll return with more news after this.